Headed to Eleuthera. Well, right now we're headed to the cut under Little Harbor, and then we're going to steer down to Egg Island, just outside of Eleuthera. So it should be, I don't know, 9-hour day maybe, and hopefully we'll catch some fish. Wyatt's going to set a lure out. He's wants to catch a mahi today. And I want him to catch a mahi or tuna. And we'll let you know if we can. How about today so far? You want to go do some schoolwork?
Okay.
You don't care? Okay. Say your ABCs. We're going to do a little bit of math. We got a bunch more to do.
I just want to take a nap and this really the weather isn't helping.
I'm gonna go back down.
Take a good nap.
Why don't you go lay down on the bed?
And the fish bites it and has the hook, the squid part goes up and shoots at the very rod tip and hits a bell.
So yeah, that way you know the fish is on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll check our lure. I don't think that bell thing works too good, but we'll check it out here in a second. Well, it's me and Wyatt kind of on watch as we sail. I think we're sailing to Eleuthera. We just left, several hours ago we left from Little Harbor, and we're headed to Egg Rock, or Egg Island, and I see some return vessels coming from Eleuthera going to the Avocos on the horizon, and I think we're close to the halfway point. We're only churning out 5 knots and 11 knots of breeze though, so every once in a while we get some good gusts into like the high teens and then we pick up boat speed. But right now it's it's not terrible. At least we're sailing and not motoring, but ain't great either. Caribbean's over onto the Med. The anchorage at Egg Island is a great stop after the passage from the Avocos. Soft white sand beaches with picnic tables and a fire pit make the spectacular sunset even better.
Look at these beautiful stars. I want to drive a faster car.
We didn't stay long at Egg Island since we needed to find better shelter for some weather that was moving in. So the next day we moved to Royal Island. Alright, so today is a crazy windy day. And let's see what the max was today. So our max speed was 31.8, almost 32 miles an hour. Really, it's knots. And so what do? We're kind of stuck at anchor. We're making bread. So we put together some dough. Simple recipe. 2.5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of yeast, a cup of water, and I guess a couple of teaspoons of salt and a tablespoon of olive oil. And right now we're in the rising phase, so we've got about another hour for it to rise. So we're putting it in the warm Bahamian sun. And then I think we're gonna make pita bread out of it. Okay, here's our flatbread. It's kind of like pita bread. This piece actually came out looking more like naan than a pita. But we're still working out this cooking it in a cast iron skillet. So you can get some puff here, just what it's supposed to. So maybe we'll get better at it. All right, today's Royal
Our attempt at pita bread turned more like Indian naan or paratha than pita,
plum sauce,
but we got a few
peas,
meals out of it,
mashed
and that was
potatoes,
good. But baking bread was a skill that would come in handy later in the week when we needed it. The Prairies had invited Wyatt and Molly from Sailboat Story over for Easter egg dyeing, so we got together on the boat the next day. Molly and Wyatt dyed Easter eggs, and then Molly gifted this beautiful pink Easter egg to Jennifer, which she cherished until Wyatt ate it. For the day after Easter, we were going to have dinner with SV Voyager and Sailboat Story. While I prepared for that, Jennifer and Aaron explored the ruins of Royal Island.
Of this huge spider. We are exploring a jungle right now, trying to get to some ruins.
This estate was built by W.P. Stewart in the 1930s as a fishing retreat for he and his friends. From the ruins, you certainly get the sense that this was once a spectacular retreat. Eleuthera itself has a surprising number of ruins, and we'll get to explore some later as we go through the island.
There's some more steps down there, Aaron. There's a sailboat over here. Somebody left a thing from their sailboat. Sailing Vessel Links, December 2018, Nick and Linda. Here's another one. They've left stuff. Sailing Vessel. I don't know what this one says. I can read that.
favorite things to have when we're on the boat, we probably have it once a week, is sloppy joes or manwich. We started this, it's kind of a tradition. One time when we were on charter, we had basically run out of food. It was only maybe the last couple of days of charter. And we went to a grocery store, I think it was on Man o' War, and they had 1 or 2 packages of frozen ground beef, some buns, and 2 cans of manwich, and they didn't have much of anything else. So that sounded good to us, so we cooked it up on the boat. So like I said, it's a tradition now. Well, we're gonna have manwich night this week, and we had invited Sailboat Story over, along with the Praise from Sail Vessel Voyager, who we're traveling in company with, or buddy boating with. Unfortunately, all of our buns are moldy, so I guess that typically that would end the project, but luckily, being resourceful, all we need is some flour, some ingredients. Let's see if I can actually show you this. And we're making dough to make some buns with. And as always, I'll let you know how it turns out, but that's our intent. We're gonna make some buns. We're still gonna move forward with it. And I guess this is maybe a testimony of why you can't always count on having things that are prepackaged work out for you, even if you've just recently been to the grocery store. So have basic ingredients that you can build things with. All right, here's roughly what they look like. If I had enough eggs, or any, I would make an egg wash and paint the tops with them. But I don't, so it's just gonna have to go without it. All right, batch 1 turned out more like little ciabatta buns than hamburger buns, but this is batch 2, and I borrowed an egg and make a little egg wash to put on them. But I gotta cut this up into 12 pieces, roll them up, and put them on a grease pan. All right, so it took 3 different attempts at baking, get the temperature right in the oven, and get the egg wash right, but looks like we finally got it down.
The next day we were leaving to go to Meek's Patch and then Spanish Wells, so this was our last meal in Royal Island. You have to trust us that everybody loved the sloppy joes, because we don't have any footage of that. Again, thanks for watching, and check us out next week when we're in Spanish Wells.